Well, the state of Connecticut is counting the votes 2 weeks from tonight. We may see some very different results. The News 8 investigators have been digging through past election data and have found an interesting pattern.
News 8 Chief Investigative Reporter David Iverson has found that parts of this blue state are now turning red. David.
Yeah, Scott, in races for the president, Connecticut always votes blue, at least they have for a few decades. But when you look at the town-by-town vote breakdown, we can find small towns voting Republican and in growing numbers. In just 24 hours, 10,000 Donald Trump campaign signs came into this Middlebury campaign office and then right back out, destined for front lawns all over Connecticut. Kathleen Latour was able to get 100 for her neighbors in Sprague.
I've been hunting these down for 2 weeks now and finally got them.
A lifelong Republican, Latour is getting more involved.
This is the first time that I have ever volunteered to make phone calls from home and do that kind of thing. I've been involved in presidential politics, but I'm much more so this year.
In fact, Sprague is one of Connecticut's small towns that is seeing voters make a political shift, choosing Republican presidential candidates more and more every year. And Sprague is not the only town. News 8 looked at election results since 1996, and while the Democratic presidential option has relied on city voters to win every single one of those races, when you look at small towns, you see voters bucking that trend. Towns like Wolcott or Winchester, Prospect, and Torrington, more than 50 Connecticut small towns that were once Democratic have seen a distinct shift toward supporting Republican presidential candidates. In Torrington, the Republican vote is up 19% from 1996 to 2012. And that could continue this year, says Republican Town Committee Chair Greg Cogswell.
We could not even keep up with the amount of Trump signs and bumper stickers and stuff that people want to put out there. Demand has been very strong.
But before Connecticut Republicans wave their victory flags,
it's not enough to carry Connecticut for the Republicans in a close election.
Political scientist Arthur Paulson says what we're seeing in Connecticut is being seen across the country, a widening divide between rural America and cities.
I do see the difference between how our rural towns vote and how our center cities vote becoming greater.
New Haven, Hartford, and Bridgeport have all gone the other way, voting year after year more Democratic. But Paulson says that trend may not last.
Actually, we're at a point where some kind of a turning point could happen, and the Trump campaign could be a stimulus to that, although I don't see it happening now. I don't think this election, either in the state or nation, will be as different from previous elections as most people seem to think it will be.
All right, if you want to see this for yourself, just head over to our website. This is WTNH.com. On the story page, it's an interactive map where you can click on your town and see how the votes there have changed year after year.